Welcome to this podcast here. This topic that I'd come up with that I ran past Nick that we're going to have a chat about was in this sort of off-season still, where the pre-season still playing out, a couple of trades that we are proposing that should happen. One trade from each conference and one player from each conference, obviously, being shifted to another team that we would love to see. And I guess, these sort of trades really do sort of swing, I think, at least the ones I've picked, I think can really swing a team to sort of another level of what they're hoping to achieve in this season. So I think if the organizations were to make such a move, I think the earlier they make them, better off for these seasons here. So let's start with the West here. I picked a player here that was sort of in no man's land right now. Okay, so obviously with a club that's clearly rebuilding. He's traded away two of their cornerstone pieces here, and I'm also talking about the Utah Jazz here in the West. And they've obviously gutted their roster. Mitchell's gone now. Gobert's gone. Royce O'Neal's gone. They've traded Bogdanovic and Ingles is gone. So the last piece here, really, for them to shift is Jordan Clarkson. All right, is Jordan Clarkson, okay, and he's still an impact player, okay. He's probably not a lead guard in a sense, but a team that's looking for that little bit of bench or significant amount of bench firepower could really benefit with his services. And he has no purpose at the Jazz, and he's got 2 years left on his he's on contract still. So I've pitched a trade here into the NBA trade machine that I've got Jordan Clarkson. And for salary purposes here, I've tagged in Rudy Gay. Okay, that's obviously another veteran on the Jazz that has no real purpose there in the rebuilding sort of franchise. Going over to the New York Knicks for Evan Fournier. Okay, so I think Fournier, when they signed him at the Knicks, I think when Kemba Walker came across too, been a huge disappointment. I love Fournier, obviously, at the Magic as a Magic fan, and I think he had some real impact there. But since he's gone to the Knicks, he's sort of been really lost in the background there. So I think being able for the Knicks to obviously get a guard to really come off the bench there, like Clarkson's ability, would push him into that conversation of potentially the top six, which we just covered in the last video there, and really sort of avoid that sort of potential play-in situation, which they're probably looking for at this point, or where they play, slated to be at this point. And obviously some picks, Knicks are obviously giving the Jazz some picks here too. Those same picks, or some of those same picks that obviously were probably going to go over with Donovan Mitchell that landed with the Knicks. So I think that's the trade that I'd love to see, obviously, in the West.
It's hilarious because I picked the exact same player from the exact same team with one of the additional players in the trade. Look, Jordan Clarkson is an impact player waiting to happen. Could go to a lot of different teams. The trade that I was able to successfully get across would be to the Lakers, the cliche one, getting Westbrook out of town. And the Lakers take player back Jordan Clarkson, Rudy Gay, and Mike Conley. And you might be thinking, well, they just get three really solid players for that. Well, Mike Conley, all due respect, is now, I think, 37 or 38. And he's probably past the impactful point guard years that he was going to have, but still, could probably flourish a little bit on a team where, other people do the heavy lifting. Rudy Gay, good swing forward, but also again 36. So, the key piece that they're getting out of this is Jordan Clarkson. And the Jazz obviously are going to get back one of those draft picks or both of those draft picks. It depends on what Danny Ainge settles on. But, I think a team that, makes it better for everyone. It's kind of funny in the trade machine. It says that Utah's 4 wins worse for having Westbrook on the team. But I think based on how Westbrook plays, he'd probably win them 4 more games than the other guys. But that's how that goes. So that's the West.
I think I'm just curious here. Are you with your pitch here to shift Clarkson or to shift Westbrook?
It was to shift Clarkson. It was just to put him in a position that actually had him make an impact, and the Lakers, decent landing spot for him.
Do you not buy in here that the Lakers are fully in on Westbrook for one more season?
if you could trade him and get like that package gets 3 players on your books for next season, none of which are exorbitant except for Mike Conley, who's getting paid like 11 mil a season. That's not a terrible trade because the Westbrook will walk. Like if they finish the season, he walks. You get the cap space back. You have nothing to show for it. And then LeBron's what, 39, AD's 30 and injured another 7 times. Like I just feel like Lakers have to approach it as if a win now mode. They have to do constantly.
I guess I personally think Westbrook's going to play out the season with the Lakers. I don't think he's going to get shifted long as they can stay around that 500 mark. But look, if they have another woeful start, if AD goes down in the first 2 weeks and is out for another 20, 30 games to start and they're falling significantly below 500, then that's a whole nother story.